Welcome in, everybody. It is long awaited for the stream to start. We were waiting for tier 6 to end. Now that it has ended, it is officially time to move on to the tier 5 race for season 11 round 9 for Moose Racing League, and it's going to be at Singapore. Singapore is our beautiful 19-turn circuit, street circuit at that. We had a little bit of rain in the previous race, a little bit, I would say, full wet tires for all the drivers. Now we're going to see what this has to offer our drivers. Firstly, you're seeing here our action zones of turn 13, now 15 to 16. This was season 9, so really good battling from these guys in tier 1. And then, of course, turn 1 after your long straight. You see here Welshie, going to be someone you watch out for today, passing Striker. Great moves from everybody here. And you're going to be joined by D-Master OG, your one and only commentator. Normally it's Dan, but Dan's a little sick right now, so we move. Give us the Singapore Slingback, says Bounty. You can take that opinion and go to the dumpster fire where it belongs. Anyways, apart from that, we're going to have a very fun race. These guys are really pushing to be faster. We already saw Jayton doing a really good race, but he wasn't even the winner. Eduardo did a really good job winning that race. We're already in the game. We're already in the session. So let's go ahead and just get straight into the quali session while we look at it. Let's go Williams, says Fatweed. I agree. Let's go Williams. Let's see what we can pull out of the bag here today. Turning on track map. And Welshie, starting from last with a quali ban. So one of the Williams drivers has already started from the back of the race, unless someone gets disqualified in this session. They will be starting in P last, so that's going to be interesting to watch. But first car on track we're going to have is Benzo. Benzo is in the Kick Sauber this season. He's not doing too flying of a lap out of the pit lane, as is expected. Benzo being the one and only person on track right now. Next looks to be the RB. Yeah, the RB of PMW with Echo right behind him. Yeah, I can tell, Pat. Pat, that's pain. That's pain. El Plan did not go to El Plan. It's just how it is. As you can see, we got a bunch of people in chat already. Thank you to everyone joining us. Remember to like the stream, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Send something in chat over there, so we know you're here, and we can talk a little about this session, which is gonna be pretty crazy. We're gonna have a lot of people doing exceptional fast laps, but the one we're watching out for is the one currently leaving the pit lane. Angry Shadow has been really dominant this season, 29 points ahead of P2 in the tier 5 standings. So he is doing a really good job so far. He is going to try to continue doing that really good job, and we'll see what kind of lap time he's able to do on his first run. So ready to spin out and die, says MXS Rosa. Makes sense. 25-9 in quali. If he does a 25-9 or a 26, I'm saying anything under a 26-5, I will probably turn my face cam off for the rest of this quali. That's nuts. So first person to have gone on a lap was Benzo. Right behind him was PMW. First sector is going to be a 26-9. Not the best first sector, but is respectable for the first banker lap and the first lap on track so far. Let's see what PMW is going to think about that first sector time. His first sector time looks a little bit quicker. Let's see what he's going to do. 26-7, so he is 2/10 up on Benzo for the time being. Let's see what Benzo's able to do in the second sector time. He's going through the very fast left-hander, now into the right-hander. Really tricky braking zone, nearly locking up there. Good exit out of there. No real side-to-side sliding. Cool camera angle there. Second sector time, 104.7. It's going to be a pretty decent lap. Let's see how PMW takes us. A little bit more settled on the car. And on the exit, looks to have gotten a little bit better power. Well, D, that's the person I'm going against? No, it's not. So, sucks to suck. Here you can see, I actually didn't see his lap time, so I missed it. And Benzo comes across the line, setting a 29.9 provisional lap. Good lap from him so far. His teammate is on an invalid. T5 action, here we come. Yes, sir, Punju. First lap on the board for PMW. He goes a second and a half faster than Benzo. Great lap from him so far in this session. And we'll see who else can get some good laps in here. We've got the Williams boys, it looks like. Sorry, the Williams and the Alpine boy. And Echo coming across the line now to start another lap at NATO G, putting it P3 for the time being. Villnueve coming across the final corner now, going pretty wide. Good to the line, 30.6, right behind NATO G. Not the best of laps. Nathan OG gonna try to better that. He goes P2 for the time being, 4/10 off of provisional pole. So he's doing a pretty decent job so far. Midnight not on a qualifying lap. Yeah, we probably don't want to talk about about the previous history of Tier 5 in here, but Mage does want to talk about his lap. He is not where he wants to be. He's about a second off the pace of the front runners. Snoop Francis coming across the line now. He's going to do a 29.7, just about a 10th behind Mock Mage for the time being. As next across the line is going to be Omarmo. Doesn't look like he was on one hell of a flyer. It's going to be 8th position, last of the running cars, as Echo comes into the pits, and we're going to have a Mercedes now coming across the line of electric entree. It's going to put him P6 for the time being with a 30.1. And currently, oh, there you go, Chosen Tolby putting it P3. Great lap from him. And the Alpine driver, Striker, putting it last on the grid. Chosen Tolby putting it a 29.5. Really good lap from him. Still 6 cents off the front two, but that is a really good lap to put him best of the rest for the time being. As I think we're gonna have Norm Bash starting his lap. No, that's not Norm Bash, that's Villnueve. Villnueve is gonna come into the pits, same with the other Haas. It looks like the Nathan WS's Haas. And we're gonna have Midnight coming across the line now. This is gonna be a good lap. That is a very good middle sector. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. A 30.118, so just behind his teammate by 7 thousandths of a second. That is not really what you want to see, but what you do want to see is Angry Shadow putting it pole position with a 27.3 for his first banker lap. Angry is flying. Second 0.1 ahead of the next car. Nuts. Just absolute crazy. As we're going to have a bunch more people coming across the line now. Marmo just put his next lap time on there. 3 seconds down on his previous time. 28.7. Really good lap from him. He must have backed out of his previous lap. Looks like next we're going to have Striker. He's not on a lap. Looks like Chosen Tolby's behind him. Yes, he is. He's going to come into the pits as well. Echo 1 is not on a valid lap. Cobb K is going to be the next person to start a lap. Honestly, get this kid in Tier 1. A second 0.1? A second 0.1? That's nuts. Did he? Did he actually crash? Did Angry Shadow actually crash? That's wild. Angry, what happened? Let us know. As we're going to have Cobb K. We're going to start his lap. He crashed. Victory crash on an in lap. He equaling my bankers. What? The wall. What are you going to become? Aaron Senna now, Angry? The wall moved? Cobb doing a really good lap so far. Not too bad through that first sector. That crash won't matter. No, it won't, because nobody's going to beat that time. 27.0 for Cobb's first sector. Not the best time we've seen so far. Definitely not compared to Angry Shadows. So let's see what Cobb is going to be able to pull out in the next two sectors of the racetrack. Behind him, we do have another Haas of Nathan WS. In front of him, we're going to have the other Haas of Cypher on track. I think Cypher is not on a run, so no real point to call him out on anything. Midnight coming into the pits as well. Let's go back on to Cobb, as he's going to come across the second sector line now. Put it in TTR. This guy just went his wheel off. Lol. That's wild. Cobb, I don't think, is on the most of flying laps. The best of flying laps, I would say. Got not a lot of people out on track. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people out on track right now. Cobb putting it P8 right behind his teammate. So really good job from Cobb to be putting him in a position where he's not used to being. This is a tier above his weight, so he's going to be looking to improve more and more as the time goes on, as he is going to come into this tier next season. He's doing a really good job in tier 6, so let's see what he does here in tier 5 for season 12 of MRL. But that's in the future. The now is Benzo putting in another lap, getting real close to that wall there. What a slide. Let's see what his first sector time is going to be. It's going to look good. It's going to be a 26.6. He gained 3/10 in the first sector. That's going to put him at least up to P8 in front of Cobb K between the two Williams drivers for the time being. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Really good exit through there, using all the track, getting a little slidey out of the corner, but really good exit still. Coming in through the middle sector now, the very fast chicanes, no longer the Singapore sling. Really good run through there. Doesn't lock up his brakes too much, gets a really good turn and gets a good exit out of the corner. Wow, this is going to be a good lap. Let's see what his second sector time is going to look like. He is 8/10 down. He's 8/10 down, so this is going to put him to P5. Let's see what his last sector is going to look like. Snoop Francis is also an improvement. Let's see what his second sector is going to look like. Snoop Francis is 5/10 down. So really good improvement from both of these guys in the middle part of this qualifying. We still got 7 minutes left, guys. Benzo now coming across the line. He's going to put it P6 behind Normbash by only 0.06 of a second. Snoop Francis coming across the last two corners now, and he's going to come through and do a 28.9. That's putting him P5 behind his teammate. So it does an even better lap than Benzo. Really good job from him so far. And we're going to have Normbash starting another lap. And looks like Electric Entree as well. Nathan WS not looking like he's on a flyer. Chosen Tolby as well, not on a flyer. Benzo having put his lap together lets Echo one pass as he is starting his lap. Echo not doing a great lap. He's 27.7. It's probably going to put him at the rear of this field. Really competitive today compared to tier 6. Tier 6 was like 2 seconds between P4 and P5. So that is a really big difference between these guys. Now Echo looks to have backed out of his lap. He's no longer pushing. Unfortunate. The amount of times I've ruined a lap to these walls is wild. Correct. Oh, my mouse not working? Hello? I put the clip here. I want to see this clip. Oh. All right. I think that's just a mistake. Y'all can go look at the clip in chat. I'm actually going to put it on the screen after qualifying, but Echo One puts it last of the running cars right now. Cypher doing a 27.2 first sector. Not great, not horrible. Let's see what he's going to do second sector wise. It's going to be a 105.3. Not great, not terrible again. And next across the line is going to be Electric Entree. He is on a valid lap, but he's not finishing his lap. because he did not do a very good one at that. Next is going to be the Alpine drivers coming into the pits. Villeneuve starting his lap. Cypher finishing his. What is Cypher going to do? 31.5, putting it up to P15. That's going to be the back 5 of the grid for him. Villeneuve now trying to recover as he is one of the championship hunters in this season. He's doing a second out lap, it looks like, because he has not started his push lap. So that's going to be good to watch out for next lap. 4 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what happens. A bunch of people still in the pits waiting for that last lap. Midnight going to come across the final 3 corners now. Final corner is here, and he's going to start his probably final lap. He's not going to have time to do another one, as a bunch of people are going to start coming out of the pits now. Is he going to get held up by anybody? No, he is not. You see the Williams. It looks like Cobb K there behind, as we get confirmation on the leaderboard that it was Cobb. And we have a very, very quick Midnight running his lap. Little twitch out of that corner. That's not going to help his run down this straight. Let's see what his time is going to be once he crosses this first sector timing line. 2/10 down nearly. So even with that wiggle, he's doing a really good job. A little sideways on that curb. A little sideways coming into the braking zone there. And he, I think, hits the wall. So this is not going to be the perfect lap for him. Still decently good. And we got Villeneuve coming across the line now with an invalid time. And he invalidated next lap. So that's not going to help him too much. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Does he have enough fuel? I don't think he has enough fuel. So I think that's going to be Villeneuve's qualifying over. It looks like Midnight's is as well. At least he's going to back out of this one. Does he have enough fuel? It looks like he does. So he's probably going to go out again. Cobb K going out of the pits this lap, and he's going to start his final run. In front of him is going to be Omarmo. So Omarmo, currently sitting P5, is going to be the first person to start their final run in this last group of people that left the pits late. 2 minutes left on the clock, and they're going to be hoping to get a really good lap in here at the end. Let's see what Omarmo is going to do in about 1:30's time. Whenever he comes back across the line, everyone's starting their lap. Omarmo first, Cobb K next. Then it's going to be, it looks like NATO G. Yes, it is. And then it's going to be Nathan WS. Nathan WS being the last of those 4 cars in that line to start their lap. Next is going to be the Midnight. Midnight's going to be starting their final lap after having backed out of their first lap. Now across the line is going to come Benzo. He's going to start his final run. Same with the RB of our PNW Bum and the other Alpine of Striker. Across the line now comes Snoop Francis to start his final run as well. Normbash in the first sector. Let's see what our P2 sitter right now is going to do in his first sector. 1/10.5 up. So that is a pretty decent start to his qualifying session. Mockmage coming across the line now. Final run. He puts it P2. Really good lap from him. For now, it is provisional P2, a second away from P1. Not a surprise to anybody, but it is going to be an interesting one to see what they're going to be able to pull out. Chosen Toby now coming across the line. 50 seconds left. He's going to start his final run. Cobb K did not back out of his lap. He is 8/10 up on his current time. That's going to put him really well into the 29.0s. Let's see what he's going to be putting down. It's going to be a 28.6. He improved by a second. My bad for saying 27. 6th position for for Cobb K right now. Chosen Toby's full-time reserve teammate right at this moment. Omarmo starting his lap. A bunch of people coming across the line. Midnight being the one who just came across the line. Normbash coming across the line as well. He improved by 2/10. He gets in front of Mock Mage. So that's going to hit him provisional P2. Benzo moves up into P6. Next is going to be the Alpine of Striker. Striker comes across the line. He does not get another lap in, but he does finish that lap out strong. PMW Bum did not get an improvement down, but Snoop Francis gets an improvement down. That puts him P3 in front of Mock Mage. So he has split Mock Mage from Normbash and Angry Shadow. Knockmage now starting on the second row of the grid. Not what he would have wanted from this qualifying session, but one thing I do know is Chosen Tolby is cooking. He is 4/10 up right now. It is not enough to improve his position, but what can he find through the last corners? He comes across the line, and he's going to do a 28.7, which moves him in front of Omarmo just by 200ths of a second. So that's going to put him in P9. Omarmo is down on his time, but is it going to be enough? Let's see. He's coming to the line, burning all of his TRS. P10 for the time being. Is he going to have enough to the line? He does improve. He goes up into P6. Really good lap from him. I don't know where he pulled that out of. Electric Entree improves his position in front of his teammate in P11. Same with NATO G. He improves his time, not his position. Not fortunate for him. Who else is on a lap? It's going to be Benzo, not on a lap. I think that's qualifying over, everybody. That is correct. Qualifying is over. And it's going to be Angry Shadow, nearly a second in front of Snoop Francis. I'll show you the delta here to the leader. 8/10 from Angry Shadow to Normbash. Snoop Francis, 2/10 back from him. Nearly getting overdone by Mock Mage. Only 200ths of a second from him. 600ths of a second back is going to be PNW Bum. Really close qualifying from the 7th place. I'd say 3rd to 7th place. They are all within 2/10 of each other. Really good job. Normbash just a little ahead of that group. Benzo in P8. Cobb K in P9. Out qualifying his full-time teammate of Chosen Tolby. P10. Electric Entree in P11. Midnight in P12. NATO G in P13. And Villnueve in P14. Not what Normbash's teammate would have wanted. Normbash being in P2. Just like real Red Bull. P2 and P14. And further back, our bottom five being Welshie, who did not qualify, had a quality ban to serve. Echo 1 being 6 seconds off the pace. Probably didn't get a good lap in there. Striker as well being 5 seconds off the pace. Cypher being 4 seconds off the pace in P15. And then we're back to Villnueve. And while I have a chance, let's go to here. Oh. All right. This is what happened to Normbash. Not Normbash, Anger Shadow.
What the fuck?
Mind the language, guys. Sorry about that. As you can see here, the game must have had a glitch, and he just... actually, it's not a glitch. You can actually see where he hits the wall here. That little curb right here. He's just brushing against this wall and goes into that curb. Unfortunate for him. He got his wheel taken off, I would say a little unfairly. But that is just the game. That is the unfortunates of the game. Let's go back to what we were doing. Now it's going to be the race session. Surprise, surprise, I'm going to say Angry Shadow is going to win this one. Normbash is going to be P2. And let's see, who's P3? Mage. I'm going to say Mock Mage is going to be P3 in this race. That's my wild prediction. From P4 to P3. All right. We're going to get going here soon. Everyone putting on their tires and their fuel load. They're going to be going here very shortly. I think we're going to have a very fun race for P2 and P3. I think Anger Shadow is probably going to run away with this, but let's see what happens anyways. I kind of hope he doesn't. Get a nice fight for the lead. That would be nice. All right. Actually, you can see here all the tires people are starting on. One person starting on softs, which is Welshie. We've got two people starting on hards. The Williams have chosen Tolby and Villeneuve. So they are trying something else. Maybe the tires changed a little bit, but out of how many drivers? 17, I think there was. 18 drivers. We have 15 on the medium tires. So the grid is going to be pretty even on grip for the first couple of laps, as we have our 5 red lights are on, and off they go, and away we go for round 9 for season 11 at Singapore. Nornbash getting a really good start from Snoop Francis around the outside, and there's contact between the two, and there's a little bit more contact a little bit further back. I think I heard there's side by side through the entire midfield, and further back we got all the way side by side from Cypher on NATO G. Cypher not able to get that move done. Further up the field, you can see everyone lining in side by side with Cobb and Midnight. Midnight on the inside. Inside goes Omarmo. Inside goes Midnight. And Cobb K still holding it around the outside. Midnight now getting the position on Cobb K. Further back, we got Villnueve trying to make the move stick, and we got a crash behind. The Striker did not get a good run through that corner, having to spin it around, and a virtual safety car is already out on lap 1 of Tier 5. That is expected, as Striker has lost his wing. It looked like there was some other people caught in that. I think Cypher was an unfortunate suspect, or unfortunate bystander in that one. Maybe there was a little bit of contact between them, but Cypher also doesn't have a wing. The left side of, well, both sides of Striker's wing are broken. Same with Cypher. Cypher has one side of his wing. Further up the field, looks like everybody has their front wings intact. And there's a little bit of a gap between Benzo and Nathan, but that should be sorted out here shortly. Safety car is not coming out of the pit, so this is going to stay a virtual safety car for the time being. Angry Shadow already having 2 seconds on the next car. Further back, everyone has gotten away pretty good. Safety car is off, and we are back to green flag racing. Welshie getting a really good run out of that last corner. Previously, we saw him doing really good in that race recap video that Com made for us. Thank you, Com. And Welshie back on this track that he loves, and he's going to be trying to fight his way back up to the front of the field, as we know he's got the pace in him to do so. Nornbash getting pressured from Snoop Francis and Mock Mage and PNW. They're right on his tail. A little bit further back, Nathan WS has a big gap to Benzo. So the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are a little bit away from the bottom 5 of the points. I'm not even considering Angry Shadow at this point. He is 3 seconds up the road from Nornbash, so he has pulled away from these guys. Absolutely wonderful job from him. He's doing a really fantastic job to just pull away lap after lap. Mock Mage getting a little bit of pressure from PNW. That's going to be an interesting one to see. Nobody in the top 5 has changed positions, and a couple more people have changed tires. So actually, no, never mind. Cypher and Striker changed tires to the hards because of their damage. Everybody else has stayed on the same tires that I listed before the race had started, and we have a lot of people on that medium tire. All of the top 10 on medium tires. We have further back some action going on between these guys. Nobody daring enough to make a move. Cobb trying to make it something stick through Midnight. Midnight losing a little bit of time to the cars in front. Midnight already 1.4 seconds back. Midnight going wide into the corner, and that allows Cobb K to slip through the inside. Now he has DRS. Now he has the track position, so he's going to be well ahead into the next corner, and that's going to be Midnight's overtake on, or sorry, Cobb K's overtake on Midnight. Very successfully done through Midnight's mistake. Now they have caught back up to Benzo, and they're back in the DRS of the main pack. So they're still fighting for the points, the big boy points. Maybe not the big boy point up there of Angry Shadow, because he's already 6 seconds out of the next car. But they are still very much fighting for good amounts of points. The Williams driver up a tier from what he normally is, so it is always expected for him to not be doing great. Oh, Electric spun! It looks like Electric had spun it on the track. And it looks like Echo 1 is trying to go past him pretty slowly to not cause a safety car. Electric Entree, having spun the car, now gets re-going again. He's going to be very far back from the rest of the grid, but he did not bring out a safety car, so that is the very important part. Further up the field, we've got everybody up to Normbash. We're still putting pressure on. Angry Shadow 6.8 seconds ahead, and only going further and further up the road. About this midfield battle, everybody is keeping pretty calm. Snoop Francis having a lot of battery to play with. Normbash having about 50%. Same with Mock Mage. Mock Mage having a little bit lower. PMW Bum being a little bit more advantaged than the cars around. We've got another yellow flag. 2 yellow flags, actually. Another one for Electric Entree, so he's not having a fun race. And I thought there was another flag for maybe an Alpine, but looks like it's all good now. Normbash still getting the pressure from the Aston Martin and McLaren drivers behind. Very good job from them. Someone who's getting a lot of pressure is going to be PMW Bum. Nathan WS is right on the back of Bum, and he is waiting for a move. He's waiting for a mistake from Bum to be able to make this move, as it is a little hard to overtake here at Singapore. Further back, we've got Cobb K trying to get closer and closer to Benzo, who is just going further and further up the field. Midnight has already broken away, or sorry, Cobb K has already broken away from Midnight. Midnight does not have the DRS anymore. It looks like Midnight is struggling a lot with that rear end. Chosen Toby behind Midnight, Cobb K's teammate, and Cobb K being the Williams team principal, is doing a really good job in Tier 5. Jeez, these guys are in a train to P2. Normbash has not been able to pull away from the rest of this pack. Francis still doing a really good job. Looks like Welshie has gone past Villnueve on his softer tires. Villnueve having the hards. Right now, you'd expect the softs to probably start dying out, as those softs do not last any time. Benzo getting pushed by PMW Bum getting past Benzo. Now, Cobb K looking at the rear of the Kick Sauber, and doesn't make a move into this corner, but Bum does go a little wide at the exit. It's has a different line out of the exit, I should say. He doesn't go wide. These guys are doing a really good job to keep it together. PMW Bum now side by side with Benzo. Benzo now went around the outside of him in that straight, so really good job from him. Cobb K still behind, trying to make any moves count that he does make. He is just trying not to over push this car and secure good points. He's in a really good position here. I feel like he's got more pace in him, but he doesn't have the track position to show it, especially with all these cars ahead having DRS as well. So he's not able to get any real moves done. I just want to say 12 seconds, the gap from P1 to P2 in 6 laps. That is 2 seconds a lap on average, which is absolutely crazy. He's going to have a pit stop distance before the pit stop. That's nuts. Further back, we're having the battle for Benzo and PMW Bum still raging on for P7. Wow, these guys are very, very close to each other. Oh, Marmo doing a really good job to stick real close to the Haas driver of Nathan. Oh, Marmo not making a move. He thought about it. Now Nathan went a little wide into the corner. Omarmo getting a better run, it looks like. But Mockmage defending from... sorry, Snoop Francis defending from Mockmage. Snoop Francis not having any battery left. And he's going to be definitely noticing that on the straights. Mockmage is probably going to make a move here into turn 1. Let's see what happens. No, Snoop Francis is burning a little bit of battery, so he does not get overtaken into turn 1. Really good job from all these guys so far. Mage getting a little slippery out of the corner, going outside of Snoop Francis. Is he going to make the move stick? Yes, he does. What a move from Mage. And now Nathan WS is pressuring Snoop Francis around the outside, and his own teammates pressuring him. So Omarmo is also trying to get past, but there's a big kerfuffle. Now Nathan WS gets past the Aston Martins. Snoop Francis now letting way of Omarmo. He's lost 3 positions in 4 corners. That's not what Snoop Francis' race needed, but his teammate is doing better than him right now, so he is going to have to use a little bit of the help he can get. Snoop Francis now holding up Benzo, as Benzo was not able to get a move done on the Aston Martin driver before they went into the corners. Cobcase still on the back of BMW Bum and Benzo. Further back, Welshie is 2 seconds back from this pack of points, but he is in the first point-paying position of P10. Benzo still putting a lot of pressure on Snoop Francis. Now Benzo looks to be very quick. Is he going to go for the inside into this next corner? No, he does not. He sticks behind for the time being. BMW Bum not too far behind from being overtaken by Cop K. Let's see what these guys are able to do. Further up the field, Benzo still really close to Snoop Francis. He does not make a move into turn 1. Still really close between all these guys. Mockmage looks to be pressuring Normbash. Not the same way that Snoop Francis was pressuring him. Normbash now getting a lot more competition. 14 seconds to Angry Shadow. And Mockmage is not too happy. Benzo going down the inside of Snoop Francis, and there's a collision, and there's a huge crash with BMW Bum and Benzo and PMW, and no! Chosen Toby is spun it as well. What's happened here? There's no safety car intervention, but Cobk has moved up into P7 in front of Bum. Well, she's moved up into P9 because of it, and it looks like the Williams of Chosen Toby got spun into that corner. Benzo being the biggest loser out of that. He was P8, now he's P14. Not good for the Kick Sauber at this point of the race. It's the yellow flag for another Kick Sauber. It's going to be Benzo. He spun it into that corner, and he was backwards for a second. Now he's the correct way around, and there's two cars that spun. It looks like Electric Entre has also spun, but there's no safety car intervention here. Echo 1 getting I think a 10-second penalty for not a 3-second penalty for cutting corners. And there's another incident. There must have been. Oh no, BMW Bum goes into the pits. And Villnueve goes down the inside of Midnight, getting a little bit of contact at the exit of the corner. Villnueve not having the cleanest of moves, I think gave wing damage to Midnight, and Villnueve lets Midnight back by, still holding it around the outside though. Now 3 wide with NATO G. NATO G says here goes through Hamilton and nearly makes a double move. Is he going to make the double move stick around the outside? Gets a little bit of a bump from Midnight, and I think there was a little bit more contact mid-corner. Nathan now giving the position back to Midnight and now getting repassed by Villnueve. This has been one scrappy battle that has brought Chosen Toby back into this fight for the last points paying position of the last 2 points paying positions of P9 and 10. Welshie being up the road by 2.5 seconds in soft tires, so his tires are going to start wearing out now. We've got 2 people coming into the pits, the Kick Sauber and Mercedes. Still no pit from Angry Shadow. So's got a couple more laps to go. 16 seconds ahead of Mockmage, ahead of Nathan WS and Normbash. They've made a really good comeback here. And Benzo has spun it again, and the full safety car is out on track. Now everyone looks to maybe come into the pits. Mage doesn't come into the pits. Nathan does come into the pits. Normbash does. Both Aston Martins are double stacking into the pits. Cobb K is coming into the pits as well. Looks like Welshie is coming into the pits. Great timing from him. Chosen Tolby staying out on his hard tires. Great choice from him. Angry Shadow did kind of get screwed here, but didn't catch up to the safety car, so that's all right. He's still going to be able to pit, and he has more than enough gap to get a free pit stop here. As everybody from P2 to P12 has come into the pits. Bunch of people passing the safety car. Normbash not being one of them for the time being. He's still coming out of the pits, as the order has resettled down to Nathan WS in P4, Normbash in P5, Omarmo in P6, Cobbcase staying in P7, Welshie in P8 on medium tires to the end of the race. It's going to be an interesting one to watch out for from here. Benzo retiring into the pits. Midnight in P10 on hard tires. Snoop Francis in P9. Villnueve in P11 on medium tires. So that's going to be interesting for him. NATO G in P12. BMW Bum having pit 1 lap earlier. Cypher having pit onto the hards a lot of laps earlier. Echo 1. And Striker being the last people to pit, other than Angry Shadow. Because Angry Shadow is going to be able to come into the pits here. Change onto some hard tires to the end of the race. The question is Mock Mage going to do the same? I feel like they should here. Up onto the hard tires goes Angry Shadow. Mock Mage comes into the pits. Very smart choice from him. It looks like Angry Shadow is going to be leading us away, because Toby is not going to have enough distance to cover. Toby is going to stay out on this set of tires. That's going to be interesting for him. He will have to pit again. He's maybe expecting another safety car later on. Mock Mage now going to come out of the pits, I think in P2. He's got a Mercedes, a lap car Mercedes in front of him, but I think he's still going to come out P2, because Nathan WS is just now coming across the line, and it does confirm it, I think. Yes, it does. Nathan WS does not get P3 from Mock Mage. Effective P2 after Toby pits, but track position is very crucial right now. Cobb K in P7 on the good tires. Mock Mage and Angry Shadow 1 lap newer tires. Not too big of a difference. Whew. A little bit more light. Falling asleep over here. Let me go open up my curtains. BRB, guys. Alright. Nobody's crashed Undertaker car, I'm guessing? And yes, I put on glasses because my eyes hurt. Getting tired of looking at screens, guys. These are dirty. Hey, B-Dunk, I know you're in here. How do you like my glasses? Here. Oh, wait. Why is the chat not up here? Alright. There's chat. Maybe if it'll show up. Maybe. Never mind. Chat just doesn't want to show up, I guess. Maybe if I refresh it. I don't know. Really good race from Angry Shadow here so far. He had 17 seconds, 18 seconds, I think, to the next car. So he would have probably come out P3 or P4 in that fight if they would have gone to pit, or he would have stayed out and just overcut everybody with his insane pace right now. Chosen Tolby being P2 right now on the safety car restart. We're going to go one more lap before we go green. Our order right now is Angry Shadow leading the way from Toby. He was on 12 lap old tires, still yet to pit in this race. Mock Mage on new tires, so he's effective P2. Everybody behind Toby is effective one position up, depending on when the safety car comes in. Mock Mage in P3 right now, Nathan WS in P4, Normbash in P5, Omarmo in P6, Cop K in P7, Welsh in P8 on medium tires. So that's going to be our first medium tire runner. And he's going to be trying to go 27 laps, 28 laps, or sorry, not 27, 28, 17 or 18 laps to the end of the race. So that's going to be interesting to watch from him. Snoop Francis is behind him on hard tires. Midnight behind him in the last points paying position. We've seen Midnight here all race so far. Villnueve in P11, Nate OG in P12, PMW Bum in P13, Echo 1 in P14, Striker in P15, and Cypher in P16, having 2 DNFs so far on lap 13. Whew. Oh, why is my chat just now updating? Cool. All right, let's read back through what all of this says because my chat just didn't update. Can I hop in comms? Sauce last year, surprisingly. Oh yeah, by the way, Fun, if you're still watching, congrats on your 24 hours. But not 24 hours races, this F1 race. It's only an hour and a half. And Angry Shadow is going to be leading us away for the safety car restart on lap 13. Going on to lap 14, Chosen Tolby in P2, Mock Mage in P3. And I'm going to ride on board with Mock Mage as he has to get past Chosen Tolby as soon as possible. I don't know why Cypher has chosen softs. That's just how it is. And thank you, B-Dunk, for becoming an MRL enthusiast, subscribing, and becoming a member. Thank you. Calling it now, and yes, I said 22-7. And Angry Shadow's already gone really early. Chosen Tolby got a little bit caught napping by it. 8/10 from him. Everybody getting a big gap, other than Welshie. Welshie having a really good run on Cobb K. Cobb K staying in front for the time being. Nobody has made a move, it looks like, in the top 10. Nobody being brave enough or close enough to the car ahead. Welshie getting past Cobb K on the medium tires. That's a good choice for Cobb to just let him by, as those mediums just have more grip at this point. Cold tires for all the hard runners. A little bit further back, Snoop, Midnight and Villnueve switching positions on the straight. Midnight going down the inside, really late on the brakes, and it looks like there was maybe contact. Something might have happened there. And there's a crash. There's a huge crash. What happened here? Midnight, Snoop Francis, I think Omarmo's in the wall. Striker, what? Full safety car is out. 4 cars are stopped on track. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, virtual safety car says on the screen, but it is going to be another full safety car. What? My goodness, I don't know my quality time. I haven't done quality. I don't do practice. Stop trying to cheat. Get information. I hope my mic picked up that crack. That was nuts. Ooh. What in the terrorism is that? I was actually just checking. Bouncy, why do you gotta be such a lame-o? You just gotta say things. You don't gotta say that. I actually haven't done a quali run, so I don't know what my quali pace is gonna be. Chosen Dolby comes into the pits. That's expected. It looks like Omarmo comes into the pits as well, with Echo 1 and Cypher being another 2 people coming into the pits. And Normbash as well coming into the pits. What tires are these guys going to go on? Mediums for Chosen Tolby, mediums for Omarmo, mediums for Normbash, and what is mediums for Cypher as well? Echo 1. Echo 1 on mediums. Okay, so the bottom 5 are on mediums, new medium tires. 27.9. But Bouncy has seen my do better. I can believe it. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are probably gonna out-qualify me. It's just how it is. I'm just chilling. Bouncy, I've seen you do a 27-0 in session. Calm down. I've actually done a 26-7. Why? 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 Just... Okay. I'm not even gonna talk. Snoop Francis has a drive-through penalty. Echo 1 has 26 seconds of penalty, so he's out of the race, basically. Snoop Francis is also basically out of the race. That's not ideal. Back to Tier 5. Alright, Cobb K in P5 right now. Really good job from him. No penalties. Let's see where he's going to end up in 16 laps time, as the safety car is probably going to get going next lap. 26 is wild. For real, Minico, for real. These guys are nuts. Maybe you can compete with Shadow then? We've got 2 McLarens in the top 5. Mock Mage and Welshie doing a really good job. Welshie coming from the back of the grid. Now on the best tires of all these guys. Undoubtedly, medium tires are still really good on grip. They had, what, 4 or 5 laps under safety car already, so those tires were basically new still. I don't even want to imagine that, JoJo. I think I'm going to ride on board with Welshie here for this safety car restart. Looks like we've got Echo 1 retired in the pits, and the rest of the field being P15 up to P1, up to the safety car, so they will get restarted this lap, as long as the safety car decides it. By the way, thank you everybody for your support. We can't do this without y'all, so if you please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe. It really supports us. We can't do it without y'all. Thanks from the media team. Thank you to Punju, and thanks to everybody who's here, like B-Dunk and Pat the Rock, J-Jo, Bouncy, Minico, K Zizzle. We gotta love Kayla. She is the Twitter manager, Twitter representative, I guess, for MRL. So they are definitely working their magic on that one. And we're going to get restarted this lap. So I'm going to ride on board with Welshi, as I said. He's going to be going very, very quickly. He's going to try to get up into P2 as fast as possible. But let's see when Anger Shadow goes. He's already gone at the exit of the chicane. Did not catch Mock Mage sleeping. Did not catch Nathan sleeping, because Nathan is already on the back of Mock Mage. Maybe got a little warning there going over the line, but they are all good to go. Nobody further back. Got a good run, enough to go into turn 1 side by side. Echo 1 has left the session after retiring. Mock Mage already a second and a half down on Angry Shadow, getting pressured by Nathan WS going down the inside. Nathan made a late move, still gave the room from Mock Mage, so it's all fair and well. Welshi still trying to hold on to the back end of these guys. Cobb K not too far behind, getting pressured from Snoop Francis, who has that drive-through, will have to serve it. It's going to relieve a little bit of pressure from Cobb K's rear end, as Midnight's going to move up into P6 after that drive-through. Come on, Nathan, says Jays, F1. And I agree. Nathan's doing a really good job so far carrying that Haas team. In really good points-paying positions, to be fair. Further back, these guys have not made too many moves. Nathan WS getting pressured from Welshi. He's going to be trying to stay ahead using a little bit of battery. Nathan's already down to 60% compared to Welshi being at 90. Mock Mage at around 40%, 30% now. Anger Shadow still on 60%, 3 seconds ahead of the next car. So he has pulled away 3 seconds on a single lap. Those tires must have been so much warmer than Mock Mage's. Mock has struggled. Fastest lap on hard tires of 30.7. That is a one hell of a lap from him. Snoop Francis comes into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty, and Welshi still trying to hold on to the back of Nathan WS and Mock Mage. Not too far behind is Cobb K, but he has already lost out of DRS. Midnight 2.5 seconds back, so he's not close at all to these three. Nathan WS has the DRS on Mock Mage. Does anyone make a move? Welshi makes a move down the inside of Nathan, putting him off, making him go wide. Still a good move. A little bit of contact at the apex, but nobody died, and they keep positions how they are. That's actually brought Cobb K a little bit back into it. Midnight must have made a mistake. He's 4 seconds back of Cobb K now. So Midnight, NATO G, Chosen Tolby, and Omarmo, who are trying to fight for the back end of the points, Shameless Striker, they are basically out of the fight for the top 5. They are already 5 seconds back. Angry Shadow's 5 seconds back already. Nate OG going past Omarmo. Do they have the overtake done into the next corner? Omarmo holding it around the outside, makes a little bit of contact with Nate OG and keeps the position for the time being. Nate OG having been squeezed onto that curb a little bit, I think, and that will continue their race back, further back, as we got Anger Shadow putting in another fastest lap of the race. Nathan WS having made a move on Mock Mage, and Welshi having made a move on Mock Mage. They both went back. Shadow is too slow. He needs to win by 20 seconds. All right, guys. Further notice, because JJ doesn't know what he's talking about. Mock Mage on the back of Welshi. Welshi trying to put pressure on Nathan WS for the last 12 laps of this race. Oh, a little bit of a slide coming out of that corner for Welshi. And Nathan WS still having good enough grip to just keep it steady and keep it pushing forward. Mock Mage still on the back of these guys, and Cobb K has caught up to these guys. So he's well within that DRS range, and he is able to get more and more positions. Mock Mage in P4 right now, getting a lot more pressure from Cobb K than he is putting on pressure. He's already outside of DRS, and he doesn't get DRS for this straight. Mock Mage did not get DRS for this straight. I repeat, this is not a drill. Cobb K has to make a move here very quickly if he wants to get anywhere near that podium position. The front two, Nathan WS and Welshi, have pulled away slightly by 0.2 out of the DRS range from Mock Mage behind. 3/10 now. Cypher getting a 3-second penalty in P13, so not really too much of a potential factor. Cobb K still behind Mock Mage for the time being. Mock Mage not having too much battery to play with. Cobb K having about 50% more than Mock Mage. This is going to be a very good battle for Cobb here. He's going to have the DRS. Is he going to turn on the ERS? No, he does not. Mock Mage does not either. But further up ahead, Welshie goes around on the inside of Nathan WS. Nathan WS tried to hold it around the outside, but was not able to. Welshie getting a really, really good run into the corner from last on the grid to P2 on lap 20. He's done a really good job so far. Further back, we got a big spin for NATO G and Cypher. No, not Cypher, Striker being not great on those medium tires. Medium and hard tires. They are not doing a great job. Midnight overtakes Omarmo. I don't know how that wasn't a safety car. This race has been chaos with the Alpines and the Aston Martins and the Haas's spinning. Absolute chaos. Mock Mage having lost 2 seconds to the cars ahead. Cobb K not able to stick to the back of Mock Mage as previous. Nathan trying to stick with Welshie as much as he could. Mage has slight wing damage. Unfortunate. Can't see any wing damage, so that's unfortunate. Genuinely is. Barely noticeable on MFD, but he feels it. Yeah, especially around here where it's 50, like 50-45 wings at minimum. It's definitely scary. It's definitely a lot to lose a little bit of downforce. 10 laps to go. Angry Shadow 9 seconds ahead. El Plan Civil War is wild for real. All right. Looks like these guys are keeping it decently clean. NATO G retires in the pits from P13. Bunch of people in this midfield with penalties. They're not gonna be too happy about getting a penalty, but they're not losing anything to it. So everyone from P8 to P11 is still fighting for points. As we got, looks like Striker. Yeah, Striker spun it out one more time, and now it's gonna be P8 to P10. Fighting for points. Or are people getting warnings? I don't know. Genuinely don't. Full safety car's out though. Full safety car one more time. And they did not catch the leader, so we're gonna go for another couple of laps. Mock Mage comes into the pits for medium tires. Is that going to be new medium tires for him? He also changed his wing, it looks like. Yes, he did. Cobb K also puts on new tires. He's going to be now P4. P5, because Cypher stayed out on his old tires. 7-lap old. Striker getting a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits. Not fortunate for him. Angry Shadow 10 seconds ahead still. Alright, Cobb K has gone on to mediums, Mock Mage on to mediums, and chosen Toby on to mediums. So Mock Mage is in a Williams sandwich right now. And further back, we got Omarmo, Midnight, Villnueve, and PMW Bum. Sorry, and Striker on soft tires. PMW Bum and Normbash. No? Yeah, Normbash stay out. I can't even... Guys, I'm tired. Normbash stays out. Same with PMW Bum. Villnueve takes the position, it looks like, from PMW Bum, maybe. Let's see what these front four are going to do. They should pit. Especially Angry Shadow. Yep, Angry Shadow comes in. Welshie should come in. And Nathan as well. This is not working out too great for Cypher, because he is very far back. But these guys are getting a free pit stop anyways, so does it really matter? No. 10 laps, looks like. Welshi is going to come into the pit, and it looks like his pit crew have put on soft tires. His pit crew's putting on soft tires, so Welshi is going to be on another set of soft tires. He started on softs, and now he's on another set of softs. He has the ability to do that because he did not do qualifying, so he's still on a new set of tires. And Nathan WS stays in P3. No, he does not. Cypher is going to take it. Let's see if he's going to come out in front of Welshi. He does not. Cypher takes P3, though, from his teammate on new tires. So Cypher on 8-lap-old medium tires with a penalty is in front of his teammate with new tires and no penalty. Cop K in P5 having lost out to Cypher. That's not going to be fortunate for him, but still, everybody here is doing a really good job. Cop K, I'm pretty proud of you. Mock Mage is now behind you, so do your thing. You're in a William there. He is in a William sandwich. Welshi's doing a really good job. Welshi has a shot to win this, guys. Angry Shadow might be able to pull away, but can Welshi get in front just for enough time to win this race? I don't know. Look, Bouncy, we started 8 minutes late in Tier 5. So if they don't start at least 10 minutes late in Tier 4, I'm going to throw a fit. Because I wasn't forced to start these guys late. Alright guys, I'm going to get a snack. Alright. Well, safety car's still out. I'm gonna have some food. Don't worry, we're not missing anything. Welshi's still in a very good position. I mean, considering last time out at Coda, that did happen. Who knows? Alright, safety car is in this lap. Let's get back in the racing seat. Back in the comm seat. Angry Shadow is gone, and away he goes. Welshi got a really good start on him. Cypher did not get a great start. Might have nearly gotten a warning there. Nathan WS on the back of him. He's going to try to put some pressure on the Haas driver, his Haas driver, because Nathan is the team principal. Further ahead, Angry Shadow is pulling away from Welshie. Welshie does not even have the pace on these soft tires. Softer than Angry Shadow, but Angry Shadow is just so much quicker than him. Mock Mage putting on pressure on Cop K. The two team principals now battling it out for P5 on track. And Cypher is holding up his teammate. Cypher is not letting his teammate go by. Oh, no, my goodness, Cypher just binned it into the wall. What was that? There's no way. What just happened? He just didn't break. What just happened? P3 for Cobb K now. Nathan WS is in P4. No, he's not okay, Maxestro, so don't even try to ask that. It looked so bad. 29-7. Oh my goodness. Angry Shadow is cooking. That puts Cobb K in a podium position. Nathan challenging him for it, but right now, Cobb K's ahead. And he's doing the work. He might not have DRS, but he has more than enough pace to do it. Welshie already having lost out DRS to... I'm sorry, guys. To Angry Shadow. And they're just pulling away from the rest of the field. Mock Mage, I think, must have had something happen there between Chosen Toby and Mock Mage. That doesn't look normal. Chosen Toby keeping the position for the time being from Mock Mage in P5 and P6. Wow, guys. What did we just see Cypher do? How is that not a safety car, too? Like, jeez. Mock Mage gets a penalty! Mock Mage gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to move him down behind Omarmo and maybe someone else. Dutchy, don't send me invites. You know I'm not done. Nathan WS putting on a lot of pressure on Cobb K for the final podium position. 3 points is the difference between these two positions, P4 and P3. All right, Dutchy, you did that on purpose. You did that on purpose, Dutch. And I know you. All right. Now, Cobb K getting a lot of pressure. All right, guys. Even more. Dutchy, just you wait till I have to commentate tier 6. Just you wait. Alright, so down the inside goes Nathan WS on Cobb K. He gets the move done. Cobb K did not have too much of a defense for that. Alright. It's still going. It's gonna keep going, I think. We do a little trolling. Let's see how it goes for ya. You can lag the lobby. Yeah, let's... Oh, Midnight retired! What happened to Midnight? There's a crash! There's another crash! Snoop Francis is in the wall. Midnight's in the wall. Snoop Francis doesn't have a front wing. Looks like Striker doesn't either. PMW Bum looks to be slow on that exit. He doesn't have a front wing. Striker doesn't have a front wing. Guys. What's going on? We got 3 laps left. Can I get into my tier 4 lobby in time? Don't make another safety car. Cobb K now in P4. Still on the back of Nathan WS. I don't think Cobb K has the same pace that Nathan has, as he is not able to stick behind as Nathan was sticking behind Cobb. But Cobb now with the DRS, he still has time to make that move stick. Further back, we got Chosen Tolby getting pressured by Mock Mage and Omarmo, but Mock Mage has that penalty, so Mock Mage is not really too worried about passing here, as he knows he's going to get repassed after he crosses the line with his 3-second time penalty. And Cobb K doing a really good job so far to stay in P4 behind Nathan, keeping the pressure on Nathan. Really good job from Nathan here to just stay ahead of Cobb K, doing a pretty solid run of form here. Welshie just a little bit up the road, and very far up the road is Angry Shadow. Total of 9 seconds from the next medium runner, which is Nathan. Welshie has soft tires, so he's a little bit closer, but still really big gap from the next medium runner of Nathan. Angry Shadow doing a really good job. There was one more. There was one more. 2 more laps left after crossing the line. These guys are doing a really good job to just keep it on track and take it home, because Chosen Dolby is doing a really good job in P5. I think this is his best position of the season so far, if he can hold on to it for 2 more laps. That was a Russell. It wasn't even close to a Russell, because he turned into the corner. He just didn't break into the corner. Angry Shadow is 8 seconds ahead of Welshie. Welshie's now starting to lose a little bit of time to Nathan WS and Cobb K. Chosen Tolby having lost 4.5 seconds to his teammate Cobb in P4. Cobb still hanging on to Nathan WS, not letting him lose DRS from the Haas driver, and the Haas driver is catching up to the McLaren. Just a little bit by little bit. I don't think he'll have enough time or distance to catch back up, but 2 seconds is now the gap from Nathan and Welshie. Cobb K getting a little slide out of that corner, using a little bit of his ERS. Nathan being on 20% ERS, so he's a lot lower than Cobb K here. Cobb wants to get a move done probably before the end of this lap. Nathan struggling on his tires a little bit. Cobb K doing a really good job. Red flag, red flag. We are running up in T4. Nearly a sector ahead of P6. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how far. Well, Angry Shadow is from everybody. That's bullying. Nathan still holding off Cobb K. A really good job so far. Angry Shadow has started his final lap, so Angry Shadow will be the first one to cross the line. Of course, he's gonna win this race by 12 seconds. Still got so much room. Jeez. Alright. Is Cobb K going to have enough DRS and ERS to make this move stick? They both turn on the battery, about the same battery amount. Cobb K with DRS. They both burned about the same amount of battery, and neither of them were able to make a move. Cobb K struggling a little bit on his rear end traction there. Doing a good job to just hold on to it. Nathan doing a great job to it as well. He's not sliding anywhere near as much as Cobb K. Welshie is just in the distance now. 1.5 seconds. He's slow through these corners, and he's just taking it very cautiously. 1.3 seconds now to Nathan WS. So he's lost about 7/10 this lap alone. Cobb K still on the back here of Nathan WS. No ERS burn from him, it looked like. It looks like Angry Shadow comes across the line and wins the race. I missed it because it was so far ahead. And I want to watch this battle for P3. Welshie is very close now to Nathan WS, but he does take P2. Nathan takes P3, and Cobb K takes P4. Chosen Toby takes P5. Mock Mage P6 on the road. Omarmo takes P6 after penalties. PMW very far back. He's going to be in P8. And let's see, is Villnueve going to be able to make any moves stick before then? No, he does not. On track. Oh my goodness, side by side through the line. 26 thousandths of a second between them at the line. But PMW Bum takes P8. P9 goes to Villnueve. P10 to Normbash. Striker P11. And P12 being Snoop Francis. Good job to everybody here. Really, really good job. Great podium to Nathan, yeah. Really good podium to Nathan. He did a fantastic job. 5/10 difference from the top 3, 4, and 5. So those guys finished very close to each other. 6 seconds back, 7 seconds back nearly was Chosen Toby. P4 and 5 for the Williams boys. We'll take that. And I do apologize to everybody, but there's not going to be any interviews today. That's just not going to happen. Sorry. Driver of the day was Welshie. And let's see here. There you go. Angry Shadow taking his win. Really good job from him. Welshie taking P2 and Nathan WS taking P3. Great job. Great job to those guys. And here you can see Angry Shadow taking the fastest lap, 28.7. It's faster than most people's quality times, 28.97, I mean. Good job from these guys. But that is going to be the end of Tier 5. I got to go into Tier 4. They're already waiting for me. Thank you guys for watching. Like the stream. Love you guys. Have a good rest of y'all's day. I'll catch y'all in Tier 2. Ciao, ciao.